Hey guys, what is going on? Mike here from Altcoin Freedom. I hope you're doing good, guys, wherever you are around the world, and I hope you also get a chance to check out the market these days and find some good buying opportunities in some of your favorite projects now that we see the prices are really pulling back right now. Now, guys, as we mentioned in a previous video, we are going to do a $50 Litecoin giveaway on this review video. So all you have to do to have a chance to win is like the video and leave a comment below on with your thoughts about the project we're about to review and your Litecoin address. Okay, now what I also want to tell you is why we chose to review this coin is because it really caught our attention, okay? It has a lot of advantages and it's going to revolutionize the crypto space, particularly ICOs. Okay, so one thing I want to tell you before we get going is there's a lot of ICOs out there, but this one won first place at the World Blockchain Forum in New York, okay? So that's pretty exciting, gives a lot, credibility to the team, and it also shows a lot of value behind the project. They also got to the final of ICO Race, another Switzerland competition. There was 140 ICO projects. They were in the final, and the team is very strong too, which caught our attention because they have the vice president of Ericsson, which is, we all know it's one of the biggest telecommunication companies in the world, and they have a former vice president of Goldman Sachs, which is leading the global investment banking, okay? So very strong people behind it. Also already getting a lot of credibility out of these competitions. Very experienced team. They actually have a 4.5 rating on ICObench. And basically the most important thing about this ICO guys, they are looking to solve a huge problem in the ICO market and just revolutionize the way ICOs will take place and really protect the investor. That's you and me. So guys, let's jump into this review right now. Okay, in today's video, guys, we're taking a look at W12 and we're going to look at how they plan to totally revolutionize the ICO space, which is desperately needed right now. So looking at the site, guys, we can see that W12 is looking to protect your investments in ICOs with new disruptive W12 smart contract technology for token sales and increase returns up to 87x. So what we're looking at, guys, the W12 technology is going to create a lot of trust between the projects and investors, which is needed. It's going to increase profitability because a lot of new technologies and companies will be able to look to the blockchain on this platform to raise their funding, but it's going to reduce the risks for us investors, guys, and just create a lot of opportunities for new entrepreneurs around the world to bring their projects to fruition and basically give all the power back to the investors, and that's us, to make sure we're safe in this ICO world when we're, investing in these projects. Okay guys, let's jump down here and take a look at the technology and see how the smart contract technology works and see how W12 is going to accomplish what they're setting out to do. We can see a quote here from W12. We have built smart contracts that release ICO funds to the project only following the decision of its token buyers once the project meets its milestones. Now this is very interesting, guys, because it gives us the peace of mind of knowing we can invest in a project, and if they're not meeting milestones or they're actually a complete scam, you can be refunded, right? The funds are only going to be released to the project if the token holders say so. So having that option, right, and having that security net is going to be amazing in ICOs. Because why this is so important, guys, if you know anything about early stage venture investment market, it shows that 9 out of 10 projects fail. Okay, only 1 out of 10 are succeeding. So that means most of these ICOs that we've had a big run up at the end of the 2017, starting 2018, only maybe 1 out of 10 was succeeding, okay? Hitting milestones and continuing on with the plan. So that means 9 out of 10 were failing to meet expectations or fell under the, the umbrella of just scam ICOs. So, there was a lot of scam projects. We know there was 1 billion hacked and stolen last year. So combined with all the lost crypto, all the money that was invested in scam projects, it's horrible. That's why a lot of this regulation came into the ICO market to clean it up and make it more secure, especially out of China, guys. So this technology is really going to pave the way for the future of ICOs and really change the whole landscape of the crypto space and give so much more security to new investors. And that's what new people are looking for, right? New investors coming into the market. Because, guys, most of these projects people are investing in, most of them don't even reach a point that their tokens ever end up on exchanges, okay? And if you've been in that situation and you've held those coins, it's horrible. And if they did get on the exchanges, a lot of them fall below the ICO level price, okay? So that's a terrible thing as well. Now, basically, according to Satis Group last year, there was only about 3.8% successful ICO projects. So a lot of investors lost a lot of money in a lot of different cases, okay? So basically, W12, guys, this is exactly what people need in the ICO space. They're going to disrupt this whole industry. That's exactly the kind of ICO and technologies you need to look for, right? Someone that's going to disrupt a space and just revolutionize it. And this is huge, guys, because if we can refund in a project that it was a scam or they're just not living up to their milestones, or the token price is falling below ICO level and the investors don't want to continue on with this project, they can get a refund. Okay, so it's going to allow ICO projects, they can raise funds without a lot of capital, people can invest in them, and people can decide, right, if they want the money to go to the project or not. So that is super interesting, guys. And here's some good news we can look at right here too. If you look up here, W12 is one of the most significant innovations in decentralized financing. Okay, so it's very innovative what they're going to do in the ICO space. Like I said earlier, W12 is the winner of the World Blockchain Forum competition in New York, taking first place. So that is huge. Out of all those ICOs, they got first place. A lot of credibility it gives to the team, and it gives a lot of value to the purpose of their project and what they're trying to accomplish. Okay, so that's interesting news. And we also know they were finalists at ICO Race, a Switzerland competition where there was 140 ICO projects, okay, and they made it to the final. So again, a lot of value put into what they're doing. And we know the team, guys, has very strong advisors. There's a vice president and top manager of Ericsson involved and a former vice president of Goldman Sachs, okay? So the first version of the product has already been developed. It's very high ratings and listings. It's a highly experienced team. And the tokens, guys, it's interesting that the tokens of the founders, the team, and the advisors are going to be locked up for 2 years. So that's going to save everybody and give them the peace of mind knowing those tokens and coins won't be released onto the market, right, to kill the price. So there's a very unique token economy too, how these tokens are going to be delivered and used, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And we know there's a hard cap of 30,000 Ether. So that's interesting too, guys. Okay, there's a lot of good information behind this project. Okay, so let's see how the investment can grow via W12. If an investor uses W12, you can reinvest the money from failed projects. And this can increase returns up to 87x. So this makes W12 the most innovative platform in the ICO market. And let's look how that works technically, because it's not as simple as just sending the money off to the project and them taking it. Okay, so basically the money invested by token buyers is not immediately transferred to the project. So this is the interesting thing, but it's instead stored on a smart contract in a money storage fund. And then the project has to create a roadmap before its crowd sale, and it has to specify the part of the funds, like the money it's raising, that it's going to receive at each stage. And then upon the end of each stage, each token buyer can return their money, or they can transfer it to the project. So the funds that have been allocated to a stage only become available to the project following a decision-making step by the token buyers. So that gives a lot of power to the token buyers and makes the project, they have to hit those milestones to be able to continue and get access to their funds. So that's very interesting, guys. Okay, so now let's look at some of the advantages of the technical solution W12 is offering. For instance, the project can issue tokens independently and sell only part of its tokens using the W12 protected model via the W12 platform. So this will allow the W12 platform to quickly cooperate with the large number of projects that are carrying out their ICO, helping to quickly occupy a large market share and get a big piece of the pie. So that's interesting, guys. And let's go up here, because basically it's good to know that the project can choose one of 3 variants of the project fund. So how they're going to hit their milestones and receive their funding. So the first one, each token buyer acts separately and independently to make a decision about the execution of project milestones. Okay, so each token buyer independently. The next option, B, the execution of project milestones is confirmed by 12 independent oracles chosen randomly from the W12 network. And option C, the execution of project milestones is confirmed by a 51% vote by project token buyers. The weight of a voter's voice is proportional to the number of tokens purchased. Okay, very interesting, guys. So if we go down here, let's look a little bit about how it works. So basically, recapping, the project is going to create its own roadmap on the W12 platform, okay? And they set the settings for the number and percent of funds that are going to be required at each stage. So that's interesting. They're really going to have to hit those milestones to get their funding and be very well prepared of what they plan to do. Now, the project is going to release its simple ICO tokens on the W12 platform, or transfer part of the emissions of the simple ICO tokens to be released independently via the smart contract on the W12 platform. Okay, so if we go all the way down through how it works, guys, it's important to know that the funds are going to be locked up in the smart contract. They'll be released to the project following the decision of the token buyers, which is going to change ICOs forever, okay, and give the investors all the power back and all the safety and all the trust. And basically, it's good to know too, after purchasing the secured ICO project tokens, the user can exchange them for simple ICO project tokens via the W12 token changer and sell them on a listed exchange, or receive a refund if the project fails to reach any of its roadmap milestones, or if the token price drops lower than its ICO level, which are two huge disasters many people have experienced in ICO. Okay, now going back up here, guys, with the three different options of how the project can choose their variants, there's a lot more information you can find in the white paper. And it's also good to know that the project can implement almost any logic for its token sale. Okay, it can pick intervals for sale, the sales rounds, the discounts, the bonuses, and basically the period of freezing purchase tokens also. And the project can issue tokens on the W12 platform and sell part of the tokens independently on their own website as well. Okay, so basically we know the first product version's already developed and it works on the Ethereum blockchain. But the interesting thing is they're thinking about, well, they're going to be implementing a cross-blockchain solution that will be implemented on the W12 platform, basically to go along with any popularity among projects of other blockchains that also use and allow smart contracts for ICOs. Okay, so that's going to be interesting. We won't only be working on the Ethereum network. Now, something else that's very cool is the project can choose what cryptocurrency they want to store their money in for the project fund. And this is interesting too, because we know how volatile the market is, and some coins are more volatile than others. So, for example, if the project wants to store their project money fund in a coin that's less volatile, they'll be able to do that. Okay, so that's pretty interesting stuff too, and there's a lot of stuff going on here, but let's look a little more further into the problem they're trying to solve and what they offer. Okay, so here on the website we can see what problems do we solve, and the first one, guys, we can see is scams. And this is something a lot of people in crypto have experienced early 2018, the end of 2017, when ICOs were just exploding left, right, and center, and they're going to be exploding again in the future as more companies, more businesses are looking at ICOs to raise their finances. But guys, everyone who's experienced a bad ICO has either been involved in the scam, or not only a scam, people have also lost money because of failed ICOs. So in those early stages, the ICO and the teams have just faded away. The projects weren't reaching any milestones. And as they faded away, that was a lot of lost funds. So scams and failed early stage ICOs are two huge problems. And again, this is a big problem W12 is looking to solve with the ability for the token buyers, the investors, to be able to ask for refunds, pull out, and get out of these failing projects, okay, or projects they believe to be scams, okay, and then reinvest into the promising projects. If we look over here at the image, guys, you can easily see the big chunk there, 81% scams, failed, gone dead. People have seen those. If you've been in crypto for a while, you've seen projects just die out and go away. And if we get over here into the currently trading, it still isn't that promising. You can see a small 1.6 for promising, okay? You can see 2.8 for dwindling, and these again are the currently trading. These are the ICOs that have made it, that have gone past the initial stages of just when they failed or have just given up, right? And we can only see about a 3.8% successful rate of the currently trading ICOs. So that's interesting stuff, guys. They're going to be solving two of the biggest problems in ICO, two huge problems in the cryptocurrency world in general, which brought on a lot of regulation and has forced, a lot of the reasons of the market we're experiencing right now is because of this. And as that gets cleaned up and the cryptocurrency can move, the cryptocurrency market can move forward with a lot of trust and transparency, and the outside, institutional money comes in with the new investors and they're not scared of these ICOs and the scams, and the cryptocurrency market is more stable, it's going to be because of this type of technology. So W12, the problems they're solving are huge. It's a very necessary technology, which is very interesting. Okay, guys, and some other information, it's also good to know that this solution isn't only for startups, but it's also good for any project that's trying to raise financing for the real economy and to find that there's a lot of investors that can participate, okay? So it's good in that area too. And we know in the stages of implementation, the marketplace is ready, the blockchain is ready. Now, the smart contracts are going to get audited, and the team has obviously promised to publish a web interface of a blockchain product in the near future. So that's good. And the roadmap of the project, guys, they're working on that with very good details, and the team is planning to create a decentralized exchange. This is interesting, so that the projects that are selling tokens at W12 can be listed on exchange for free. Okay, so of all the ICOs, of all the technologies we're looking at in the future, these ones that are coming out now that are solving real problems in the cryptocurrency space, in the industry, and they're actually going to be very disruptive and completely change the way things are done, those are very interesting ICOs and technologies to be looking at for investment. Okay, so this one, W12, is definitely going to be solving two huge problems that need to be fixed. Okay, so let's jump back in and take a look at the token economy. Okay guys, so looking at the W12 token economy, we can see that the W12 token is used for storage of funds raised by projects on the platform. And this means there'll be a growing demand on W12 because the more money that's invested via the platform, the more demand on the token there will be. We also can see that the W12 tokens allow users to buy the tokens of any ICO project listed on the W12 platform. And the W12 tokens can also be used as payment for services on the platform. So it's really interesting, guys. And you can see over here in the image of this example project that was back-funded by 70% other cryptocurrencies and 30% W12 tokens. Okay, so it's interesting to remember too, the ICO project can choose in which cryptocurrency the funds are going to be stored. So that's interesting too, and that will help, the projects will be able to deal with coins that are not so volatile. Okay, so interesting stuff about the token economy. I mean, being able to choose which cryptocurrency that they're going to raise the funds in and store them in, that's pretty interesting. And again, the more tokens, the more W12 tokens that are used to store these funds, the lower the commissions the project will pay on the platform, okay? So that's interesting too. All right, so now let's go down and look at the options. If you're going to get involved in the pre-sale, what kind of options you have and what benefits you have for getting involved right now. Guys, so let's look at the advantages of participating in this W12 ICO right now. So if you participate in the pre-sale, you will receive a premium expert account for free during 2 years. And the expert premium account is granting you access to hundreds of other projects that launch their ICOs on the W12 platform. And you can receive ICO tokens for the ICO review on the W12 platform. 50% of token commissions received from each applicable ICO will be distributed to the expert account holders. Okay, that's pretty interesting stuff, guys. And they also talk about they have a second level referral program where you can earn up to 7% from people you invite, as well as up to 35% of anyone they invite. And the W12 platform and program will pay you if you invite any ICO to the platform. So if you know any ICOs or have any good relationship with ICOs, you should definitely write to the W12 team and let them know about that. So there are some advantages to joining the pre-sale right now if you're looking to get that premium expert account. Okay guys, and here you can see some pictures of the team in Switzerland and at the World Blockchain Forum in New York. So with all that being said, I definitely think I'm going to put a couple of Ethereum in. I do see this project having huge potential because as the number of ICOs is just totally going to increase in the future. In the next few years, more projects are going to be looking to raise capital, enter the blockchain space. And this project, W12, is going to completely change, I feel, the landscape for ICOs. Because really what we need with ICOs is to get the power back to the people, the investors, to be in charge of everything and to feel very secure and trust the projects you're investing in. Okay, so it's really going to put the onus on the project and the team to deliver if they're going to be running ICOs on the W12 platform. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, give it a like. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the W12 project, or if you'll be investing yourselves. And all in all, it looks like a pretty amazing project. It's definitely providing a service that's desperately needed in the crypto space right now. They have a strong team, and we can see that they have many projects already launching on the platform. And this should just increase as the ICO space really grows as we're coming along with more projects and more technologies trying to get into the blockchain space and raise money through ICOs. So remember guys, as always, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. If you want to check it out and learn more about the project, there's a link in the description below. And guys, if you want the chance to win the $50 worth of Litecoin, all you have to do is like the video, leave us a comment down below with your Litecoin address, and we'll choose one of you to give away that Litecoin in one of our next videos. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.